Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the earnings special edition. Our focus is on Tata Power. The company posted strong year-on-year growth across its key financial metrics. Revenue up by 5%. Net profit rose by 10% at 1187 crores. EBITDA has seen a robust 39% growth as well. Margins have improved by over 500 basis points to 21.8% as well versus previous year. Let's get chatting with the top management to find out what have been the key contributing factors and what's the outlook on the company now. Dr. Praveer Sinha, the CEO and MD of Tata Power, is now joining in. Warm welcome to you, sir, and thank you so much for joining in. Again, congratulations to you for strong set of performance that's coming in Q3. Do help us understand the key factors that have contributed to this performance, and also do you see it sustaining in Q4 as well?
Thank you, Sakshi, for having me on your show. Such a pleasure. I think what we need to see is that how one is that this Tata Power performance has been consistent, and for last 21 quarters we've shown a growth in PAT. What is also important is that this is now actually showing a lot of growth in our core sector. Earlier, we used to have a mix of core and non-core, which used to provide the profitability. But now it's basically the core sector, which is showing very consistent performance. That is our traditional and conventional generation business of, and then the renewable portfolio and the transmission and distribution. And that is why you see that there is a huge jump in the EBITDA because when the non-core businesses were doing well, it straight away used to come into the PAT. But if the core businesses do well, then it comes in EBITDA and PAT. And I think that's where I think the company has done very well. The investments that we have made in our core businesses, the results are there to see. And it is only improving every quarter. And that's why I think in future, you will see very consistent and very good performance from our core businesses. And the consistency of performance will be there because of strong foundation that has been laid in our core businesses. So I think all in all, this has been a good quarter, and you will see similar performance in future.
Okay. Dr. Sinha, a lot of brokerage houses are now getting optimistic on your long-term renewable energy transition. You're hopeful of 65% of mix by FY28, then the solar manufacturing business as well, and the optionality of solar rooftops, nuclear potential, US Discom acquisition as well they're talking about. How are you looking at all of these aspects come into fore and start contributing to the books as well, sir? How do we see all of that trickling in, and how long will it take for everything to meaningfully start contributing?
So there are three parts of the renewable business. First is our manufacturing, which now is getting stabilized. The cell plant, the first 2 gigawatt got commissioned in November and the second 2 in January. So you will start seeing the results from this quarter and next quarter onwards. The module plant was operational for last 1 year, and hence you have seen very good performance from our module manufacturing capability. So the supply chain, which we were earlier dependent on someone else, is now very much controlled by us. And this helps us not only in producing very good quality and at very competitive cost, the cell and module, but also in execution of our utility scale projects, our own projects as well as third-party EPC. And consistency in performance will come in that. And the third very big business is the retail business, how our rooftop solar has moved in. And for the first time in this quarter, we crossed 500 crores of revenue, excellent growth in PAT. And in the whole 9 months also, we have done very good in terms of our revenue and PAT. In fact, our revenue for the first 9 months has been 1,346 crores, which is 22% up compared to the similar period the previous year. So the fundamentals are very good. Foundation has been laid for leapfrogging the growth. And I think you will see excellent performance going forward from these businesses.
Okay. Dr. Sinha, do also help us understand your overall outlook for FY25. Are you going to be exceeding that with this consistent performance that's been coming in? What's the outlook that you have on your top line and on your profitability? And how do you see even FY26 panning out? What's your expectation?
So we don't want to stop at 21 quarter of growth. This will continue, and I think this run for growth in profit and EBITDA will continue in FY25, the last quarter also, and also in subsequent quarters in the next financial year. So I think with so much of capital expenditure that we have done, already 12,000 implemented, 10,000 expected in this last quarter. The results of that will start coming in the next
Recording in
financial.
progress.
So I definitely feel that you will see excellent performance from the company in future quarters.
Okay, so the budget just went by, and I wanted to also understand from you how did you really look at the budget from your own sector and industry perspective? What is it that the budget has in it to propel further growth here and probably create opportunities for players like you?
So there were three aspects in the budget which has impact on our business and the sector. The first was that government has given extra grant under the PM Surya Ghar program, and I mentioned to you that rooftop is one of our focus
Yes.
areas. So that will be very big support for driving rooftop solar in various states. The second is that for the distribution reforms, states will have a ability to take another 0.5% of their GDP as loan. And many of the states, discoms, will possibly go through a public-private partnership or some sort of uh, privatization arrangement. And I think that will give us great opportunity. Having done a similar exercise and similar work in Odisha in last 4 years, the third is the nuclear power, where private sector will be allowed to invest in nuclear power, and also the technology that will be brought in, and for that the government will provide a support of 20,000 crores. So I think all the three areas are very focus areas for Tata Power, and you will find that we will be a big players in all three areas and take forward the initiative of the government in them.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Sinha, for giving us all of those insights. I wish you all the very best for the upcoming quarters and hoping to catch you very soon again on Business Today with all your outlook as well as the vision for the company going forward. Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Sakshi.
Thank you so much, sir. And with that, viewers, we wrap up this special conversation with Tata Power on the earnings as well as outlook. But do stay tuned. Earnings conversations will continue on Business Today.